This is the story of the man who outsmarted Vegas and won $75 million. Jim McIngvale, better known as Mattress Mac, wasn't a professional gambler or a math genius, but he was a furniture store owner with a bold plan. Unlike most people, McIngvale didn't believe sports betting was a game of chance. For him, betting was simply a strategy to win big while growing his business. And so in 2022, McIngvale decided to make his move. He stepped into the world of high-stakes sports betting, where millions could be won or lost in seconds. Despite the risks, McIngvale took his chance and won an insane amount of money. The sportsbooks knew McIngvale had to be cheating somehow, but what they didn't know was that McIngvale wasn't just playing their game, he was rewriting the rules to tilt the odds in his favor. This is the story of a businessman who beat Vegas at its own game. Meet Mattress Mac. Have you ever imagined walking into a casino, placing a bet, and winning millions? It might sound like a dream, but for Jim Mattress Mac McIngvale, it became a reality. Jim McIngvale, better known as Mattress Mac, is not the typical name you would expect to hear in a high-stakes betting scenario. His fame didn't come from being a professional gambler or athlete. Instead, it came from his huge success in the furniture business. McIngvale is the owner of Gallery Furniture, a massive chain of furniture stores in Houston, Texas, that's famous for its bold advertising and larger-than-life personality. But what sets McIngvale apart from other business owners is his passion for making his business stand out and always thinking outside the box. For years, he has made a name for himself by offering customers crazy, never-before-seen deals and by making his stores unforgettable. One of the most famous things McIngvale is known for is his no-risk mattress sales. He offers huge promotions like buy a mattress, and if Astros wins the big game, we'll refund your entire purchase. These kinds of deals helped him become a household name in Houston, Texas, and beyond. And even though these deals were designed to attract customers, they also became an essential part of the massive wager he placed in 2022. It all started with a series of bets during the 2022 sports season. McIngvale didn't just bet casually on a game or two. Instead, he placed multiple huge bets on the outcome of the 2022 Cincinnati Bengals in the Super Bowl. How did this happen? Let's break it down. McIngvale saw an opportunity to promote his business by tying it to the excitement of the Super Bowl. This was no regular promotion. Jim McIngvale wasn't giving away mattresses or offering a free refund. Instead, he was offering customers the chance to get their mattress for free, but only if the Bengals won the Super Bowl. To make sure the promotion didn't end up costing him money, Mattress Mac placed huge bets on the Bengals to win. In total, he placed over $3 million in bets at various casinos and sportsbooks. The logic was simple. If the Bengals won, McIngvale would be on the hook for millions of dollars in mattress refunds. But by betting on the Bengals, he would win back the money he spent, and then some. You see, McIngvale was a businessman first. His big bet wasn't about gambling for fun, it was about turning a major promotional event into something far bigger. But things didn't go as planned during the Super Bowl. The Bengals didn't win, and McIngvale was left with an uncertain future. At least, that's what everyone thought at the time. But McIngvale had something up his sleeve. He had made a second set of strategic moves that would lead him to the $75 million he was after. While the Bengals lost the Super Bowl, McIngvale didn't lose his $3 million bet completely. That's because he was smart enough to hedge his bets. Hedge betting is a strategy where you place multiple bets to reduce risk and ensure that no matter what happens, you stand to gain something. In this case, McIngvale had already started to hedge his massive bet by placing bets on other possible outcomes. Specifically, he had placed substantial bets on the Houston Astros, the city's own Major League Baseball team, during their championship season. As the Astros advanced further into the playoffs, McIngvale's original bets on the Bengals were still in play, but now he had another potential windfall with his bets on the Astros. This is where McIngvale's true brilliance shines. While the mattress promotion had faltered, he made sure that the loss wouldn't hurt as badly. Not only did McIngvale have money riding on the Astros' success, but he also worked with various insurance companies to hedge the risk further. He had created a perfect setup to ensure that if the Astros won, he would recover his losses and make an even bigger profit. And sure enough, in the end, the Houston Astros did win the World Series. By now, McIngvale's strategy was in full motion. The combined value of his bets, the smart hedging, and his insurance policies added up to one amazing payday. McIngvale's win from the Astros championship season, coupled with the money from his smart bets, totaled a jaw-dropping $75 million. That was more than just covering the cost of the mattresses. It was the result of a genius business and betting strategy that no one had seen coming. Now think about having an entire city rooting for you, not just for the sports team to win, but for you to win big. Mattress Mac had the city of Houston behind him when he placed his huge bets. His gamble wasn't just about him. It was about every person who bought a mattress with the hope of getting it for free. He had a community of supporters, and together they were all waiting for the big moment. But what really made McIngvale's strategy so brilliant? It wasn't just luck, and it wasn't just betting on sports teams. It was all about risk management. Mattress Mac didn't simply put his money down and hope for the best. He thought ahead, adjusted his plan when necessary, and most importantly, knew when to bet big. This wasn't just about making millions. It was about understanding the game, the odds, and his ability to predict the future. But when you think of sports betting, the first thing that probably comes to mind is pure chance. It's easy to imagine gamblers sitting at a casino placing bets on teams, hoping for a lucky break. But what many people don't realize is that sports betting isn't all about luck. It's also about strategy, research, and understanding the odds. Mattress Mac's approach to betting is a perfect example of this. While many bettors rely on instinct or impulse, McIngvale used his business acumen to understand that sports betting could be more like running a business than taking a gamble. He knew that large-scale betting wasn't about random guesses. Instead, it was about understanding patterns, knowing the teams, the players, and even the timing of when to place bets. He used data and research to make calculated decisions, just as he would when running his furniture store. McIngvale applied business principles to sports betting, and this is what set him apart from the typical bettor. When McIngvale placed his first set of bets, it wasn't a quick decision. In fact, it was a carefully thought-out strategy with multiple factors coming into play. Mattress Mac didn't just wake up one day and decide to place millions on the Bengals or Astros. He studied the teams, the odds, and the potential outcomes. Here's where the brilliance of McIngvale's strategy lies. He knew that betting on sports was about managing risk. Like any good businessman, he didn't just put all his money into one basket. Instead, he spread his bets across different outcomes. This allowed him to hedge his risks, ensuring that even if one bet didn't work out, another one could still pay off. For example, his initial bet on the Bengals was designed to align with his mattress promotion. He knew that if the Bengals won the Super Bowl, the mattresses would be free for customers, but he'd also win big from his bet. If they lost, he was hedging that loss with another bet on the Astros. And that's what makes McIngvale's strategy so smart. He understood the risks and worked to minimize them while positioning himself for maximum gain. Timing is everything in sports betting, and this was something McIngvale understood well. When placing his bets, he didn't rush into the casino the day before the Super Bowl. Instead, he kept an eye on how the teams were performing, the odds, and even the public sentiment around the games. Timing his bets allowed him to strike when the odds were in his favor, rather than just following the hype. Many gamblers make the mistake of placing bets based on emotions or without fully understanding the situation. McIngvale, on the other hand, made sure to assess the circumstances before diving in. He waited for the right moment when he felt confident in his decision and placed his bets with precision. Of course, no journey to a $75 million victory is without its challenges. McIngvale's betting experience was a roller coaster ride full of highs and lows. There were moments of doubt and frustration, especially after the Bengals lost the Super Bowl. He had staked so much on that game, and when things didn't go as planned, it seemed like his big bet might turn into a disaster. But McIngvale didn't give up. He knew that setbacks were part of the game. He had learned to keep his emotions in check and stay focused on his larger goal. Instead of throwing in the towel, he doubled down, readjusted his strategy, and placed new bets on the Astros. And when they won the World Series, it wasn't just a victory for McIngvale. It was a victory for his methodical, calculated approach. While McIngvale's bet was large, it wasn't about just one win or loss. It was about the long game, spreading the risk and playing smart. In the end, his perseverance and timing paid off, and he walked away with the massive $75 million win. One thing's for sure, whatever he does, Mattress Mac will always be thinking big, taking risks, and proving that sometimes the smartest bets are the ones you never see coming. After the success of his $75 million win, many are wondering what McIngvale will do next. What do you think? Could Mattress Mac's next big bet be even bigger? Will he continue to apply his winning strategies to other businesses, or will he return to the world of sports betting? Let us know in the comments below. We hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. Also, click the next video showing on your screen. You'll enjoy it.